Now that you've even mentioned this part, I'd like you to particularly speak about why it is dangerous to sell these things to children. Because our viewers watching may be parents, children who do not even know, they just think, like you said, sweet. I didn't even know that it's been coated in such a way that it's now sweet.
Yes,
I don't know.
different kind of flavors.
Oh wow, that's really crazy. So I wanted to just speak. Why is it now dangerous to sell such to minors?
One of the major reasons is the addictive tendencies and the constituents of these nicotine-laced products. Like I call the nicotine-laced product. Nicotine affects the formation of the brain. And when you look at adolescents under age 25 and all that, the brain is still developing. And if you look at the decision-making process of young people and even adults in Nigeria, you find a lot of gaps. And sometimes you see some people saying some things or acting some type of way, and you're looking at yourself that like, are you all right? But then you don't know what that person is on. You understand? So nicotine affects the brain formation process, especially in adolescents and young adults. And it also has this addictive addictive side of it, because you are always like, everything you are doing is nicotine induced, because when you are licking this thing, or when you are using these substances, like, you find yourself that you cannot stop doing it. You understand? You keep going back to this substance. You cannot stop. So for children, like, while they are just licking this flavor, they think, okay, this is a flavor, this thing is sweet, this thing is good. And even for this vape thing, part of the ways they are marketing, they say it helps people who want to quit smoking, which I think it is a joke for me. So for children, when they keep taking this substance, it now degenerates to them wanting something else as they grow older. So you now transition from taking vapes into smoking cigarettes, into doing all kind of drugs and all that. And when you I don't know, I used to see a lot of these things. When you see children, especially children who are not in school, they are exposed to different vices and different things on the street. So when you see them, you see a child who is 15, a child who is just 10 years old is already smoking cigarette, and you're asking, where did you get this from? You understand? So these are the issues, and you start seeing a drug addict who is just 14 years old. Why will you be addicted to drug at 14? Like, I was somewhere, we went to shoot some kind of materials, digital materials, and in a place in Maraba Axis, and you see in that area, you see 9-year-old children, you see 8-year-old children, 10 years old, like, brandishing cigarette up and down, and nobody is even saying, like, it's normal. For me, I was just confused. Aside cigarette, and I don't just want to call names of all this stuff. Aside cigarette, like, serious addictive substances, and these children they are okay with it. So you start saying that, yes. Adults. So now, if we say the children are the future of the nation, and our children are being they are being given vapes from their childhood, now what kind of decision are you expecting them to make? Because when this thing affects the brain, it affects their decision making process. They are now dependent on these nicotine laced products to even think. Now you see a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old is telling you that I'm depressed. While I'm saying that it is impossible, but then most of the time is because when there's an absence of this substance, like, your child needs to lick to be on vapes and all that for him to be happy. Because he's used to that substance. Now your child come back home and he's just sad, he's just in his room, or she's in her room and she's not happy, she's just there. Go and do this, come and read. It even affects the brain, like how they assimilate their books and all that, their performance in classes, because these things has entered their head. They cannot even read, they cannot do anything. Back in uni, I'll see some people that be like, if I don't smoke, I cannot read. It did not start at that adult stage. It started somewhere. So these are the issues. These are the problems we have with the side effect of vapes for our children. And that is why we are going against it with all our might and ensuring that our laws are enforced, and we have like serious awareness for people who are selling and even enforcing the how will I put it, the criminal code, what you are supposed to do to them, those things get to them. Like this issue is a very big problem, because when you look at the data online, just type drug abuse online, drug abuse among young people, and what you see will be disturbing. And you don't even need to go online, like I said, around us.
Cynthia, before you ask the next question, it's very concerning. Now that it is quoted as sweet, does it mean that we can easily find it in provision shops? Because it feels like children can now access it easily, you know, so there's no form of control, let it be just adults. Looks like we can now access these things that provision.
I mean, look at the report from NDLA, from 15 to 65. That's a very wide range if we look at it.
So these things are targeted to children, and even if you look at how they even sell these things, the sellers, they target places that are closer to schools, places that where youth, maybe football pitches.
Now Black has a role then to play here.
Serious role. So it's just me. I feel it's a collaboration. It's a collaborative effort between even FCCPC, NAFDAC, and the Ministry of Health. So that's why our advocacy, we are calling out the Minister for Health, the person of Professor Ali Pate, to ensure, to pronounce the ban of the sale of vapes to Nigerian children.
I really like that you have already broadening the picture. This is not just about vapes now. This is about substance abuse. This is about drugs abuse. It can be tramadol, it can be, name them. And currently, just like what you've read in the introduction, that there's a disturbing, it's a disturbing issue. It's a national issue. It's a security issue at this point in time. But most recently, there's a linking factor with drug abuse and mental health issues. So I want you to, you know, clarify us. How can we tie this drug abuse with mental health issues?
It is very simple. When you are making decision due to you are making drug-induced decision, like you are always on something. Now you are used to a substance that you cannot even stop it. So, and that substance is triggering something in your brain. For instance, you see someone trying to like swim in a bucket. It's online. If you search, you will see it. Now, a normal person, like someone who is normal, cannot see. A bucket is not a swimming pool. So why are you trying to swim in a bucket? Now, it also push out like different kind of vices among youth. Now, if you don't have money to buy, this products, if you don't have money to buy these substances, now you tend to steal. You understand? You tend to steal. Now, when you are drug induced, like you are tobacco induced, now how are you going to make good decisions for your life? How are you going to study? How are you going to do business? Because when you are not even aware of your environment because of that substance you've taken, you've ingested into your system, you are not aware of your environment. How are you going to make decisions? Now, it also even drive the issue of rape. Because when people are drunk, when they are under the influence of these hard drugs and all that, the misbehavior, you cannot contain it. You cannot say this is what I will do when I'm drunk. We are all seated here. If we are giving some substances, you'll be shocked when they show you the things you are doing. They kind of, sometimes there are some dance steps you don't know that you can. there are some words
you'll never know.
Yes, because there's no control. Like it triggers the brain to a point that you cannot even control what you see. You cannot control how you walk. You cannot control what you do. So, and when those substances are not available, you are kind of depressed. You are not happy. You cannot perform some tasks and all that. Maybe if you don't take some substance, maybe if I don't take some substance, I cannot even come to there are people like that.
Yeah. There are people who even say, I mean, some musicians, there are people who see if they're not on something, high on something, then they cannot sing, they can't perform.
It's easy to kill stage.
Yes, and even that serve is another broader perspective, because even the in quotes in quotes role models
Role
of the
models,
societies.
yeah.
They are blowing
Influencers
different kind
of
of
these
things
things.
online
And
and social
they
media.
showcase it so
Yes, nobody, they are not hiding it.
What is the media even doing with ban of showing, displaying such things on the? I think that's another aspect we need to look at. But talking about who should be doing more, what exactly do you think should the Ministry of Health, FCCPC, and like
NAFDAC.
NAFDAC, like you mentioned, be doing right to make sure that this crisis do not worsen? Because I was seeing a documentary on YouTube. I've seen about how many documentary. I mean, this shows that this is a serious issue right now. Sierra Leone. I mean, you can see big sores in their leg as a result of this substance abuse, and it's killing them, and they still want more. I saw that in Abuja. I think Abuja is the major ground for the sale and the abuse of drugs currently, as I have seen in reports. So, I mean, what do you think these agencies and stakeholders should be doing about this? What do you think?
So, like I said, it's a collaborative effort. For instance, the role of the Federal Ministry of Health is to create policies, enact policies, make pronouncements, national strategies. Okay, what is our strategy? Now we have a policy in place. What is our strategy to implement these policies? Now, I feel the Federal Minister of Health, in person of Professor Alipate, should should talk about this thing, should make a pronouncement, especially on the issue of the ban of vapes. Then there should be a strategy where this information is taken from the national level to state level, to the local government level, to the ward level, like the collaboration between the federal government, the state government, and the local government will help drive this conversation even down to the grassroots. Because I feel whatever we all come from families, and as we all know, Nigeria is divided across religious route and the cultural route. So if there's the right collaboration, like I said, it starts from the Federal Ministry of Health, like the minister, knowing that we need a strategy in place, not just saying we have a policy. We have how many people in Nigeria can even read and write or even know about the policy? Even the national orientation, the NOA, the National Orientation Agency, also need to drive awareness. Sometimes I look at some of these agencies we have, and I'm like, what are they all doing? When we have serious cases like substance abuse, these vape issues in the country, killing our future, because the children are the future of the nation. Now, if we have almost every child can access these things, now look at the kind of future, what kind of picture are we going to see in the future? So for the federal minister, he should make a pronouncement, and then let us have a national strategy, and also use this strategy to drive, I'll call it a family-oriented community engagement plan, where religious leaders are involved, our traditional rulers are involved, and then our leaders. Because even if you can even, if I'm not mistaken, if you ask maybe the local government chairman what is vape, he might not even know. Or even some of our House of representatives in National Assembly, what is vape? If they see vape with their children, can they even recognize vape?
That's another thing. So there's a huge place for awareness and desensitization.
Yeah, so if we are saying that we cannot advertise tobacco products and all that, and you see influencers online advertising those products and nothing is happening to them. You see our musicians and all that smoking different kind of things online, like putting syringe in their body and all that, and you also see tomorrow you see one of our leaders shaking hands with them. So what do you want the children to emulate? So I feel the ministry have their work. The FCCPC should also ensure that all these advertisement of this product are brought down from social media and all that, because everybody has access to digital media now. Even children, they use if they don't have phones, they use their parent phone, their friend's phone and all that. So all these campaigns online, on TikTok, on social media and all that should be brought down. Now, branding of shops, you say, okay, we are not advertising, there are no billboards, right? But then you are branding shops, and even the packaging of the vapes, like you are using pop colors that will attract children.
People.
So you look at it like these people are targeting children. You understand? So that is why the FCCPC should also look at the to also work on enforcing the rule of law, especially to those criminals selling these substances to our children.
Okay.
Then also even the customs, because some of these products are being smuggled into the country. Customs should also ensure that this is another big border security and all that. But then we need serious awareness, because a lot of parents don't know. They have not even seen vape before. Some children might even be holding vape in front of their parents and they don't know. And even some teachers don't know. So there's serious awareness, and even schools have roles to play.
Yeah.
They should have, I feel they should have anonymous boxes where if children can report secretly and nobody will know that this is a child reporting, if they see any kind of wrong substance in the hands of their colleagues.
Yeah, let me come in there, because I was just going to ask about what you think schools, because I think schools, especially secondary and primary schools, are the receiving end of this, since these things are very attractive to small children. What do you think schools as a whole can do urgently to fight against this? The principal, the proprietors, the headmaster, what can they do? Because some children may even do it in school, but they may not take it home.
So I feel for schools, they should include this anti-vaping thing into their curriculum.
Okay.
Anti-vaping education, like anti-drug abuse, drug abuse education, abuse of substance education for children. So that's not just for children, because they need to first train the teachers, then the teachers train the children. Then they should also have like awareness campaigns on campus and all that, like I said earlier. Now there should also be serious disciplinary measures for people who sell these kind of things around the school. The school management should look at the kind of shops
Around them.
yes that their children are patronizing, and even the shops inside the school might even have these things because they are not even aware that this thing is even an issue.
Yeah.
You understand? So they should look at the kind of shops, what they are selling to their children, and they should also monitor these kids, because if we look at it, children spend most of their time in school than the time what they spend at home. And sometimes some of these contraband things, children, when they are coming back from school, they get it inside their bag, zip it off, and some parents don't monitor their children. They don't even know what is inside the bag. Sometimes you just feel like your child, after some time in the room, he comes out and is laughing funny. You'll be like, why are you so happy today? Say, mommy, I'm fine. You don't know that your child has just been on some things.
Emmanuel, just yesterday, we had a report here that NAFDAC is working seriously to contain the sale of sugary drinks. And so one of the things they are saying is that they'll situate shops that are close to school, far from the school. So children will have to, trek a distance for them to get. That's one of the methods they are saying. And then another thing they said was that they're going to have huge labels. When you carry a cigarette pack, they can say, smokers are liable to die young, but people still buy. But they said they want to do the same thing for those sugary drinks that affect children. So I'm hoping that this can also be adopted. So like you've mentioned, that we shouldn't have the shops around schools should be properly checked and monitored. We should do those kind of things, because it's enough of the talking and the policies. If we are not seeing things that are practical enough, then we can't just be talking all the day.
Well, let me say this issue of increasing the distance. Children have energy to run. You understand? I don't think, and with Nigeria, a country with over, according to the UN, over 20 million children out of school. So those ones are not even in school, and they live around these places. No matter how far that place is, there are children all around.
When it's addictive.
I think the major solution to this is ensuring that people who sell this substance don't sell to children. You should ask for their ID card. They should check. If you see a child, you know that this person is a child, and if you feel that this person is a child, I'm an adult. Okay, show me your ID card. If they don't
Means
have it,
of
don't
identity.
sell.
I mean,
Don't sell to them.
all of this is still a systemic problem too. We can
If
tag
you don't
it
have-
to that.
At least if you are 18 and above, you should have your NIN, right? So if you don't, go and bring your ID card before we sell to you. So when these sellers start acting that type of way, but I don't
Is
think
it the traders that
everybody-
don't even have their own ID cards?
Yeah,
That's
so-
another thing. How many
I
people?
don't think most of these traders, they just want to make money.
Yeah. But then, I think the place of awareness and sensitization cannot be overemphasized. But for the want of time and lack of it, thank you so much, Emmanuel, for coming and for being a voice that speaks up, shows up, and goes out to fight. We are with you. Strongly with you.
That's why we have
This
you
fight.
here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. It's been such an interesting session, and of course a bit alarming seeing all of these things unfold right before us. It is now clear that protecting our children from vapes and drugs is not just a health issue, it is a national emergency. So to you watching us, your role is very critical. If you see something, don't forget to say something. Let's raise a generation that is aware, empowered, and protected. We'll be back tomorrow with more captivating discussion. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms to stay connected. My name is Chinatu Ojo, and I've been with
Cynthia Passy.
and we're saying bye for now.